Hello children, this is for 6th standard Social Science in Civics Unit 2 Constitution of India. Yes children, first we will see the learning objectives. To know about the Constitution of India, to recognize the formation of our Constitution, to know the salient features of our Constitution, to know the fundamental rights and duties of the citizen of India. Yes, we'll see one by one. Here, to know about the Constitution of India, how it is formed and what are the features, this is explained in the form of conversation between Yarinian and Sudaruli in their home. Okay, so we'll see the pathway. This lesson speaks about the formation of the Constitution of India. It gives guidelines to govern the country while ensuring the fundamental rights and duties of the citizens and how it protects them. So here Yarinian and the Sudaruli are brothers. Yarinian is studying in standard 6 and Sudaruli is in standard 4. Yes, so they were watching TV. What are all the incidents which are taking place in our home daily? Like that only, this place also, Yarinian and Sudaruli's house also, the same incident is taking place. Yes, Yarinian is preparing for his taste. That time Sudaruli is watching TV. So there is a little dispute between brothers. Yes, Sudaruli raised the volume of the TV and is enjoying. That time Yarinian felt very bad and he scolded his brother. Night when his father arrived, he complained about his brother's action. Okay, so that time Sudaruli is telling, this is my house, this is our TV, so I am enjoying my free time. Like that he is arguing. Yes, like that each and everybody's house it will happen, isn't it? But he is explaining his father admitted both and he is telling both are having rights. Yes, you are having right to watch TV and you are having right to study for your test, but you must not cross the limit, he is explaining. Okay, so you have all rights to watch the film, you are all right to listen the favorite song, your film, everything, but you have to think about Yarinian. How can he study? Okay, so he is explaining you must not, you are having right to watch TV, but it must not cause any trouble to anyone. Like that he explained. So at that time their mother, Suda's mother, was watching everything and silently, and she said, even to run a small family we have to follow many rules and regulations. So how much more of that will we need to administer a country? Yes, it is ocean. It is an ocean. In order to administer people who follow. For example, if you take India, India is a country which is having people, yes, who follow different religions, speak different languages and belong to different caste and culture, and but we are treating everyone equally. So we need to have a good code of laws and guidelines which we call as Constitution of India. Okay, so what is meant by Constitution of India? Rules and regulations which should be followed. Yes, which should be followed. We call that as the Constitution. Okay, so the next day Sudar and all went to school. It was a Republic Day also. So the celebration was a jubilant and the students and teachers were standing around the flag post. Immediately after hoisting the flag, the discussion was held with the chief guest. Who was the chief guest? Mr. Arumugam, an expert in social science. So he wished the children, yes, wish you a happy Republic Day, and immediately boys also responded and they are telling wish you the same, sir. So he is asking, do you know why do we celebrate the Republic Day? So boys, that is the history teacher Malarmadi is explaining, our constitution was framed and came into existence from 26th January 1950. That is why every year we observe this day as the Republic Day. So he said, the history teacher Malarmadi. Yes. So immediately there was a discussion between this children, history teacher, and also Mr. Arumugam. Yes, it is true. There are other reasons why this constitution came into existence on 26th January 1950. So when the Congress met at Lahore in 1929, the members of Congress unofficially declared that the same day as the day of Purna Swaraj, or the day of complete self-governance, the next year 26th January 1930 was celebrated as the Independence Day. That day has been observed as our Republic Day. So then they are asking, Nadar is asking, what do you mean by Constitution of India? Before that, let me ask some key questions. You should answer me. Then I'll explain in detail about the Constitution of India. Who's telling? Mr. Arumugam is telling. Okay. Are you following any rules? He is explaining the Constitution of India to the children. Yes, with the help of, with the examples of the rules and regulations which are framed in to follow good discipline in school as well as in houses. Okay, children, are you following any rules and regulation at home? Is asking. Boys are replying, yes sir. Are you following any rules in the school? Yes sir. So are both of them or same or different? He is asking, or both of them are same or different? Mostly they are same, some are different, they are telling. Is it necessary to follow certain rules in public places? Yeah, it is. You have to follow some basic rules in the public places also. You must not spit. Okay, you must not throw any garbages on the road. Yes, if you want to buy some things in ration shop, you have to stand in a queue. You must not shout there. You must not disturb others. Like that, there are basic rules, simple rules in the public places also. So he is asking, why is it necessary? Why is it necessary? We should not disturb anybody in public. So also no one should disturb us. So he is telling it would be very difficult to do so. So everyone agreed and they nodded the heads. Then he is explaining, the Constitution is an authentic document containing the basic ideas, principles and laws of a country. Yes, one country, if you take any country, that country will have the basic ideas and also they are having basic principles and also the laws. So it also defines the rights and duties of the citizens. So the laws governing a country originate from the Constitution. So every country is ruled on the basis of Constitution. So what are the things that make the Constitution of India? Deepika is asking, what are all the things that make the Constitution of India? So the Constitution of India is the ultimate law. It is a law and we should obey it. So it explains the fundamental concepts of structure, methods, powers and the duties of the government bodies. So it also lists the fundamental rights and duties of the citizens. So directive principles are also mentioned in the Constitution. So it is holistic in nature. So when did they begin to frame the Constitution? Christopher is asking. So in 1946, nearly 389 members of the Constituent Assembly who belong to different parties, yes, different political parties and different places came together to frame the Constitution of India. So the chairman of the committee was Mr. Rajendra Prasad. Who were the other significant members? Means Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Azad, Radhakrishnan, Vijayalakshmi Pandit, Sarojini Naidu were the members in the Constituent Assembly. Okay, how many women members are there? 15 women members were there in the Constituent Assembly. The main person is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So we are calling that person as a father of Constitution of India. So the drafting committee was formed with 8 members as the chairman was B.R. Ambedkar. So B.N. Rao was appointed as an advisor. So the committee met for the first time on 9th December 1946. On the same day, the drafting Constitution of India also started. So how did they form the Indian Constitution? They followed. They have collected the constitution of 60 countries, nearly 60 countries, and that is neighboring countries, UK, USA, former USSR, France, Switzerland, etc., were thoroughly examined. Yes, the 60 countries constitution were thoroughly examined and their basic features have been adopted by our constitution. So did they draft in a short span of time? Is it easy to make the constitution in a very short time? No. Yes, how can we make? So we have collected 60 countries constitution law and we have to examine, we have to study that, we have to understand that, and we have to give suggestion to that. So nearly 2000 amendments were made before the draft was finished. So when did they complete their work? It took a period of 2 years, 11 months and 17 days, and it was completed on 26th November 1949. Okay, after the independence 1947, it took 2 years, 11 months and 17 days. So the constitution was accepted by the Constituent Assembly. So 26th November is celebrated as the Day of Constitution. Yes, why? They have completed that book, no? So they are celebrating it as the Constitution Day. Okay, then after that, how much was spent to frame the constitution? So to do all these activities, money is very important. Without money, we can't do anything. So for this, to frame this constitution, how much amount was spent? Yes, so they spent almost 64 lakhs. So what are the objectives? Why should we form constitution? So what that is the objectives. Yes, what are the objectives of constitution? The preamble of our constitution stresses on the justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. First we will see what is preamble. Preamble is the preface of the constitution is the preamble. According to it, India is a sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic and republic country. So what does it mean? Sovereign. We will see one by one. What does it mean sovereign? The constitution has granted the people the right to rule. Yes, so it is a democratic country. It is a people who is having right to rule. The members of the parliament and legislative assembly are elected by the people. So the right is to decide the only in the hands of the representatives, is political party. So sovereignty refers to the ultimate power of the country. What is meant by sovereignty? Sovereignty refers to the ultimate power of the country. Then what is secular? Secular means safe. Law allows the citizens of the country the right to follow different faith and religious beliefs. All citizens enjoy the freedom of worship. Here there is no restriction. Yes, you should follow this religion, you should follow this God. Like that, there is no restriction in India. Yes, all citizens enjoy the freedom of worship. The country does not have a religion of its own. All the religions in our country hold the same status. So the government of India rules through the parliament, isn't it? So the Constitution of India provides a parliamentary form of government both at the center and state. In a parliamentary system, the executive is collectively responsible to the legislature. So the party which has a majority forms the government. Yes, so what are the fundamental rights? The fundamental rights are the basic human rights of all citizens. So what are they? First one, right to equality. Yes, right to all are equal. Before law, all are equal, whether a rich man or poor man, whether president's son or ordinary citizen's son. Like that, there is no restriction. All are equal before law. Right to freedom. We are having freedom to follow any religion. We can speak any language. We can dress anything like that. Okay. Right against exploitation. We must not exploit anything. So right against exploitation. Right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. Cultural and educational rights. You are having freedom to study anything. Yes, you can enjoy the culture. The next one, right to constitutional remedies. So they are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so you mentioned about the directive principles. What do you mean by that? What is meant by directive principles? There are certain guidelines to be followed while the governments frame law. Though these are not mandatory, they should be taken into account. So we call that as a directive principle. Then what is universal adult franchise? Every citizen, Indian citizen, has the right to vote when they attain 18 years of age. The person who is attaining 18 years of age has the right to vote, irrespective of any caste. Irrespective of any caste means you can follow any caste or any religion or any gender, or that is whether male or female, like that, or also economic status, rich man, poor man, like that, rich family, poor family. So every citizen, it is a very important question, what is universal adult franchise? Every Indian citizen has a right to vote when they attain 18 years of age, irrespective of any caste, religion, gender or economic status. So like the fundamental rights, every citizen will have duties too. Okay, we are having rights, yes, right to enjoy the freedom of our country, but at the same time we have to follow some duties, we have to do some duties, isn't it? So there are duties: respecting the national flag, national anthem, respect and protect the constitution, follow our great leaders who fought for our freedom, to protect our country, readiness to serve our country if necessary, treating everyone as brothers, irrespective of the caste, religions, languages, races, etc., to conserve our ancient heritage and conserve the natural elements like forest. Conserve means saving natural elements like forest, rivers, lakes, and fauna, to develop science, humanity, and feelings of reformation, to avoid non-violence and protect government property. Parents or guardians providing educational opportunities to children between 6 to 14 years. So education given to children between 16 to 14 years is compulsory, have been added as a duties. Mr. Arumugam concluded his discussion. So what are the facts? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, N. Gopalsamy, K.M. Munshi, Syed Ahmad Sadullah, B.L. Mitta, Madhava Rao, T.T.K., T.P. Kaitan were the legal experts of the drafting committee. Who was the chairman? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was considered as the chief architect. Yes, when the constitution was drafted, there were 395 articles in 22 parts and 8 schedules. At present, our Indian constitution contains 448 articles in 25 parts and 12 schedules. So 101 amendments were made till 16/9/2016. Okay, now we'll see the glossary meaning is democracy. Democracy, you know, a type of government in which the representatives are elected by the people of the country. Yes, government is by the country, is for the country, of the country. Okay, drafting committee, a committee set up to prepare the draft of the constitution. Preamble, an introduction to a book or a written document. Republic, a country with an elected head of state. Secular, a state which does not discriminate anyone on religious grounds. Yes, children. Then socialist, an equal distribution of a country's wealth and equal opportunities in all fields. Everybody is having equal right, equal distribution of a country's wealth and equal opportunities in all fields. Sovereign, an independent country not to subject to any external power or influence. Now we can recap this lesson. So Constitution of India, 26th January is observed as on Republic Day. The Constitution is an authentic document containing the basic ideas, principles and laws of our country. The father of the Constitution of India is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The preamble of our Constitution stresses on justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. According to the preamble, India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. All citizens enjoy the freedom of worship. The executive is collectively responsible for the legislature. Fundamental rights are the basic human rights of all citizens. So, directive principles or certain guidelines which are not mandatory. Universal adult franchise is every citizen's Indian citizens' right to vote when they attain 18 years of age. So, every citizen has certain duties too. Yes, what are all the duties we have seen? That's all this lesson, children. So, with this, I'll stop this lesson. Just go through this lesson. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me during the online classes. Thank you, children.